What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out of the Basement. I'm Nate, joined with Steven.
Howdy.
Look at that, everybody. Today, we're talking about Season 2, Episode 1 of The Mandalorian. This is Chapter 9, The Marshal. I can't believe it's already been a year since we've got Season 1. It felt like such a long time ago. I finished Season 1, I was like, I can't wait for Season 2. It seems so far away. And now here we are on today, the day we are recording this. Season 2 is finally here. And Steven, what were your initial thoughts of the episode? This is a spoiler discussion, so we're not even going to beat around the bush here. Just straight spoilers. So Steven, what did you think?
Well, going into it, I was extremely cautious because I absolutely loved Season 1. I feel like most people did. And then Rise of Skywalker came out. Left a real bad taste in my mouth. It aged like milk for me. Like at first I was kind of like, it's Star Wars, I'm trying to make the best of it. You know, the normal grieving process, and it just gets worse and worse. So my Star Wars hype went through the floor. I was like, I'm so over all of this. Like I need such a long break. And then, you know, you hear little rumors and stories here and there of what may be going on in Season 2, and I just couldn't help it. Like, oh.
Yeah, I completely understand. Like when the rumors were first swirling around about Boba Fett coming back, Ezra, Ahsoka, Captain Rex, like it was just like, oh no, they're gonna do this, aren't they? They're gonna turn it into a, hey, remember Star Wars, like Rogue One fest?
Yeah.
Which thankfully, at least in this first episode, it is not. And of course, I think that brings us to the major spoiler right off the bat. Boba Fett's back. I think we all saw this coming. We all knew it was going to happen. Of course, in Legends, it happened, so why not bring back a fan favorite character?
I mean, yeah, I'm not mad about it by any means. I think they've already, just in the 0.2 seconds he was in the show, I feel like it's already, they're kind of doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Like instead of, because I thought obviously that they did it on purpose. They gave Timothy Oliphant's character, the Marshal, the armor. Yeah. And right off the bat, I was like, oh, okay, well that's it. That's Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Not actual character, but that's as much as he's going to be in the series. I'm perfectly fine with that. And then they really do it right at the end there, and I think his tiny little inclusion, I'm optimistic now.
Yeah. I trust Dave Filoni, but it was just one of those things where, you know, you just assume he's going to fly in his jetpack, shooting things up, going, oh, I'm Boba Fett. And, you know,
I'm big.
Yeah, and shooting his flamethrower everywhere. Like, you just assume based on, like, previous reintroduction of fan favorite characters that it would be something, like, extremely bombastic and ridiculous.
Almost in the vein of Darth Maul coming back in Solo, where he just kind of like, remember me?
Yeah.
Double-bladed lightsaber. Pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. But thankfully they didn't do that. It's tastefully done so far. I like the idea that some random guy just happened to buy Boba Fett's armor from the Jawas, which was a pretty cool scene. I like that character. Cobb Vanth. I think
Cobb Vanth is his name. And yeah, Timothy Oliphant, I like him as an actor. I think he always plays a good straight man.
Yeah.
I think he plays a good Western style guy.
Yeah.
I think he's like tailor-made for that kind of role.
And this episode was 100% like, absolutely, like, if you didn't know now.
Yeah.
Like, this is a Western show.
Yeah, and I love it for it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Cobb Vanth's blaster is literally just looks like a 6-shooter, which is so dope. I love, like, the like fake out duel at the beginning, like when they first meet each other. Yeah, so there we go. Boba Fett lived. He's alive.
And right off the bat, I'm sure there's going to be original trilogy purists that are like, no, he's dead. He died in the Sarlacc. That's it. But given what we now know about the whole picture of Star Wars, I think it makes perfect sense that Boba Fett could fight his way out of the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
Rather almost easily. but obviously we don't know what's happened since the suck pit, and now obviously I'm sure the puzzle pieces will fall into place.
Mm-hmm.
But usually we do lean more towards that original trilogy purity, shall we say? But in this instance, hopefully, obviously, we hope it's done right and not in a corny, cheesy way, like we mentioned. But I think it does ultimately make sense that he's back.
And I definitely agree with that, especially when you kind of already have like an idea of maybe sort of how he could have lived with the crate dragon. Because that's the kind of central plot point of this episode is our main characters have to kill a crate dragon with the help of these sand people so that Cobb will give the Mandalorian Boba Fett's armor because, Mandalorian's sacred code and whatever.
And then in return, the Mos Pelgo will be free of the torment of the not only the crate dragon, but also the Tusken Raiders. They promise not to raid that town anymore. And there's so many, obviously, like we mentioned earlier, the Western elements, but it's really like all you have to do is make the Tusken Raiders into Native Americans, and then obviously the Mandalorian's the drifter.
Yep.
And it's just like, it's such a great archetype. Like, it could have just been a straight up Western. Yeah. Could have been...
you change just a few...
Yeah.
Obviously make it not the future, make it the past, and...
But Star Wars happens a long time ago.
Oh! In a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
So it is the past, but it would be the future to us. But it's actually the past to us. But the technology in the show would be futuristic to us, while the Star Wars universe is far long ago.
But what about Boba Fett? Boba Fett!
So, yeah, and then, of course, the characters, the Mandalorian, they destroy the crate dragon. They done blow it up, which I believe the crate dragon was, at least, it might not have been introduced, but I know, because I was recently watching videos about Star Wars Galaxies, that it was like a raid boss. So I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, if it is from Galaxies, that would be an awesome deep cut.
Yeah. I never played Galaxies. I never had a computer powerful enough to do any PC gaming back in the day. But immediately what I got was Tremors.
Oh, yeah.
And then also some Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Which...
I love the action at the end of the episode where the crate dragon's like spraying that goop out and it's just disintegrating the Tusken Raiders, and Mando and Cobb flying around with their jetpacks, and Mando's like using the disintegration rounds, but they're just not even doing anything to the dragon itself.
Yeah, it was Tremors, Starship Troopers, and Star Wars all mishmashed together, and
it was very satisfying.
Couldn't be happier about it, honestly.
And we also got some Gamorrean Guard action right at the top of the episode, which was in the trailer, and I know that instantly turned me, you, and Justin's heads like, oh, Gamorrean Guards fighting?
Whoa.
And that was pretty cool. It was like a WWE style thing.
Sort of.
Especially...
Well, it really is at the end when he does the flying body press over the top rope, Undertaker style, and then he goes through it wasn't a table, it was like a bench, but it kind of, reminiscent of a wrestler going through a table. Awesome, right up my alley.
Yep. Definitely a by God moment.
He's broken in half.
Yeah. And that one-eyed alien was John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
For a nice little Easter egg. As soon as I saw his name, because in the credits it's in order of appearance, so his name was first, and I was like, huh? I was like, who was he in that scene? And then you're like, kind of sounds like him. So then, of course, we looked at it, and yep, that was him. So that one-eyed alien. Nice little cameo there. We also got to see the Ripley lady. I just call her the Ripley lady. I don't know what her name is, but she looks like Ripley from Alien.
Hanger woman.
And her episode 1 droids as well, being all goofy. And a surprising cameo, R5. Our little buddy with the bad motivator is alive and well.
I remember R5 from Star Wars.
Yeah, it was a little cheap, but I got a soft spot for R5.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like, yeah, that's bordering on some Rogue One territory. But I'll take it. Because it's R5. I'm glad to know that he lived through the entire original trilogy. That was his moment. And then he could have had the same fate as R2. But he just lived a simple life on Tatooine.
Yep.
So, Steven, what are your final thoughts on Episode 1? This is Chapter 9, The Marshal.
I thought it was fantastic. I'm now officially optimistic about this, so, don't break my heart, showrunners. Yeah, I couldn't be more excited for the rest of the series. My interest in Star Wars is going way back up again after the tragedy of the final Disney trilogy movie. Finally, those movies are behind us and we can focus on some other stuff. So, looking forward to it. If Starship Troopers, Star Wars, and Tremors had a baby, it was this episode. And Good, Bad, and the Ugly had a baby.
Yeah.
So, couldn't have asked for better Episode 1. And that final shot. Amazing cinematography, and then boom, they just hit you with it.
Yeah.
Boba's right there.
You get the twin suns, and I know because I had watched it earlier this morning, and then I watched it again with you, and you were like, wow, that's a really nice shot. And I was just like, oh, he doesn't know what it's about to pan over to, though.
Yeah, they really got me there.
Yeah.
And endless praise for that.
Absolutely.
They really threw me for a loop. So what are your final thoughts?
Well, of course, I'm going to echo everything you said. I absolutely loved it. Great action. A fun reintroduction to the world of The Mandalorian. Even though Season 1 is still fresh in my brain, I've watched it so many times. We watched the previous 2 episodes, the last 2 episodes, of Season 1 yesterday before this, just in preparation. So I'm happy to be back in the world. I'm excited for the new content. And I can't wait to see where the story goes. Hopefully, we do get to see some other fan-favorite Star Wars characters, but I hope it's as tastefully done.
Yeah.
To where it's not going to be obnoxious. It's just going to kind of be like, oh, hey, there you go. There's a little tease or just like a nice, subtle reveal. Nothing too crazy. But overall, I think we're going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. We absolutely recommend Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1. Of course, we'd love to know your thoughts on the episode, so comment down below. Let's talk about Star Wars. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars here on the channel. Ring that bell so you're notified when we're uploading. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'm Nate. I've been joined with Steven.
Take care.
And we will see you guys next time on Out of the Basement.